We're live. What is going on? It's your boy Kevin Yee. If you can't tell, I'm actually shooting from a different setup because I actually kind of redid this part. I had a Nellen actually helped me build this really great like bookshelf. I'm gonna be having cubes in the back too. So this is a pretty cool like impromptu set. Uh, I was actually planning on getting one of those like raising desks where you can like actually stand and stuff like that. And I think I might like maybe one of these days I'll probably do like a standing podcast where that's I mean I prefer to stand most of the time. It just gives me a lot more energy, but today just felt like really right just to sit down a bit and do all that. And the likes are streaming in. Really appreciate it, y'all. Make sure to drop a comment. I'm not sure if we are getting if like my comments are coming through or anything like that. So drop me a comment, make sure that's working. Can you guys hear me? Perfect. Now the views are working too. Cool. So yeah. So what I wanted to kind of chat about today was well, actually didn't really have that much, but you know, I guess like some of the things that have been happening this week is I actually started jujitsu. That was a like for a long time, for about 2 months, I was actually injured doing jujitsu, and dude, I went back and I was so rusty, man, rusty as hell, and so my combos aren't good and all that, and I'm terrified of getting injured again, and so that's some of the things I've been up with recently. So I've been actually doing like 2 a day sessions and all that sort of stuff, doing jujitsu. And in general, like I'm really loving the new area I'm in. Like, don't get me wrong, I love K Town when I was living there, but also some things that I love about this area that I'm living in right now in the 66 area is that everything is really convenient. I can just drive, do whatever, like go grab my groceries in less than 7 minutes, right? So like I've been doing that, I've been enjoying that part too. But I still go into LA a lot. If you can't, I have a killer internet setup now, so it should be a lot clearer these days as well. Comments are rolling in. At Benzer says, "Hello, what's up?" American Princess says, "Hey, what's up?" Yo, says Patrick Morty. By the way, I'm actually working on different videos right now for this channel. I know I've been really MIA, but I've been really seeing the value of just taking 10 steps back just to move forward, right? My channel keeps on growing. Luckily, it grows even when I don't put out videos as much, but I want to create higher quality content. I actually met up with a SEO. Well, I met up with an SEO person. I also met up with a blog content type of person too. So my blogs will be regular and all that. And meeting with my video editor later this week. And I actually survived. Fun fact: I actually survived Dan Pena's mentorship. So pretty funny, man. Personal info says I've saved $5,000. What should I do? How would you invest that money? Well, so keep in mind, it depends how savvy you are of an investor, right? Is it your first $5,000? And what are you trying to do? What's the end goal? Are you trying to, is this for long term growth? Um, Let me tell you where I would like kind of invest this $5,000 depending on different stages of your life because it's really important, right? So for me, for like when I was a lot younger, and let's say if retirement's more the case, and I'm just a beginning investor, I don't know that much. But there's still opportunity cost. Maybe I don't have all the time to really learn something. I would suggest doing something like a opening up a Roth IRA, uh, invest your money there. Right. Great things about Roth IRAs is that you can always withdraw the principal. So that $5,000 that you put into a Roth IRA, you can always take that out. Any interest though that you make on it, you can't take out. So or you get penalized. So that's a really really cool fact that a lot of people don't really know about Roth IRAs. I would suggest maybe opening up something like a Roth IRA, and then dollar cost averaging. So doing automatic investments, maybe into something like a index fund, right? If you're really young, you can get away with 90 to 100% index funds, right? Invest and set an amount every single month where you're willing to invest, right? Keep in mind we're at the top of the market. You might want to wait, but I would say just invest it. And then there's also like target retirement funds or Fidelity has its freedom funds. I've talked about this on Kickass Investing slash. If you go kickassinvesting.com/YouTube, you'll actually run into my investing channel. It's been 2 weeks since I've really posted on it. Just been, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been wanting to do YouTube recently. It's really bad, but that's a really solid way to just start out your money. I actually have a really cool video on Kick-Ass Investing actually talking about this exact subject. So if you go, let me kind of show you youtube.com slash or sorry kickassinvesting.com/YouTube. So if you go here, and I'll read the rest of your comments. I know that there's a lot of different things, but let's go here. Hold on for a second. Cool. So I don't have that many videos, but let's see. Investing for beginners. That is a great video that I suggest that you watch. Same with Roth IRAs and all that. Watch all the videos. I mean, this page is actually starting to get traction, which is pretty cool. Really happy about it. But yeah, man. I know the beginning videos aren't doing that too well. But anyways, that's kind of like that's what I would do at the moment. Now, when you have a decent portfolio after that, that's when you can start playing with like something like stocks or other type of things. For me, I wanted to wait until I hit 6 figures in index funds and all that sort of stuff to have a solid foundation before I start venturing into other things. Then you can probably look into starting businesses. Maybe you want to do an arbitrage business and all that sort of stuff. It all depends where you want to be. And that's the reason why, like, for business, I really like a lot of service-based businesses, and I've been actually working on a checklist for a lot of the people on Refugee Hustle, because I feel very passionate about people starting something like a side business or a service-based business. Because here's the thing, whether you're a pharmacy student and you're like, fuck, how do I pay these student loans off? You're a seasoned pharmacist or whatever. I think you can, by starting your own business, service-based business, because it requires no upfront capital, right? And this is not like a webinar like, oh man, get rich quick. No, but it helps you build financial confidence. You can pay off your loans a lot quicker. You can go on vacations. You can save up for a house. Focusing on a service-based business, right? The only thing that it requires is your time, right? And a lot of people are willing to go through the school of hard knocks, invest a bit of their time and all that. And there's a better way to kind of like do service-based businesses, and there's really good service-based businesses out there. But I feel very strongly about that. So those are kind of the ways that to invest. I mean, like, every single month you should really also set aside some money just to invest into like books and other things like that. I think that's really, really solid. By the way, shameless plug, for those 8 people who haven't liked this video, make sure to like this video. Let's do that. All right. Let me know your thoughts. If you guys have any tips for personal info, please leave them below. My name is Abel. Abel, I recognize your name, man. Any advice for upcoming college student planning to go to UGA? What's UGA? Non-academic and academic. What is UGA? Let's take a look at this. What is UGA? So if I go on Google, hope it's not a is it University of Georgia? Is that where you're planning to go? Cool. Awesome. Abdullah says, hold on. Let's see. Abdullah says, I remember you invested in Litecoin in 2017. The entire market is down and it seems like to be going up. Maybe you should consider getting back into crypto, or ask your friend that told you about it. Maybe I'll ask my good friend Charlie Lee. You know what's really interesting about crypto? I see it being a huge, like, now that I'm more in business, I kind of see the benefits of crypto, right? Like, or alternative merchant accounts, right? So if you don't know what a merchant account is, when you slide your credit card at a certain place, right, they're the people who actually kind of, I guess, conduct the transaction for you. If you piss them off, or you get enough chargebacks, or you get any of that, they can actually freeze your accounts, and you can pretty much have like a bunch of your money locked up in that account, which is really, really scary. So when you have something that is decentralized, not controlled by one person or anything like that, with lower costs, it actually makes people's eyes light up. And that's the real value of like that's something that's really important. So I haven't really looked into crypto too much. Fun fact, I actually met Charlie Lee at a relationship seminar maybe about 4 years ago. He's the founder of Litecoin, and you know what? I'm probably gonna hit up Charlie and just like shoot him a text later. It's been a long time since I really spoke to him, but it is like right now since it's at a low, you should, if you believe in crypto, you should buy it. But keep in mind it's really risk. There's like, think about it, high risk. Like there's always there's a relationship, right? Typically with high reward type of businesses, right? Or investments, there's going to be an inherent risk to them. There's going to be higher risk to them. And, you got to be okay knowing that some investments aren't going to work out. When I did crypto, I didn't expect a cent out of it, man. Like I didn't expect 1 cent. And I just got lucky. Somebody told me, hey, Kevin, sell your Litecoin. I just did it, right? And who knew 2 months later, market crashed, right? Sometimes you just gotta quit while you're ahead too and set limits like buy sell limits and stuff just to protect yourself as well. Are people looking for pharmacy information? You mean informatics? I'm not sure about the demand of pharmacy informatics. Like really Brian would be the person to talk to, especially since we last like kind of talked about pharmacy informatics. Pharmacy has changed a lot. I went to Agent Hustle Network like a week or two ago. Met some previous pharmacists too. Really interesting stuff, man. In terms of pharmacy, it's not doing as well as it used to be doing. And honestly, like the stats, like I was talking to some people in the sushi line for like Valentine's Day and whatnot. And like I was telling some of these parents, like the the outlook for pharmacy is not too hot right now unless we can find a different demand or some way to expand our role or add value to the marketplace. I don't see us really. It's going to be really hard for a lot of new grad pharmacists, and that's why I say, invest into a service-based business, build that financial confidence through other means, through service-based business as well. I've been looking at index funds. And when you cross moving average lines of 50 and 200, you can find something Golden Gate. Yeah, there's a lot of these different rules. Like I forgot. There's one like the cross and stuff like that. But Golden Gate equals infinite / positive growth that is less volatile, more predictable, so you can receive increasing returns in the next 12 months. Let me tell you guys this, right? For myself, right, I've been investing, and I'm only taking a look at my taxable account, right? um I saw a tremendous growth this year, like when I was looking at my, because I don't touch my investments that much. Like maybe I touched it 6 months ago when I liquidated some of my stocks for Dan Peñas. But sorry, I gotta blow my nose. um Aliquin says, hey, what's up? Anyways, uh actually went up quite a bit. So actually recently I sold a lot of, or I actually transferred to a lot of bonds and stuff. Just meanwhile, uh just in the meantime, as well, because the market's probably, I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead, I guess, right? But a lot of my like retirement funds, they're fully invested into index funds and all that sort of stuff. So I love index funds, man. I think they're really great. They're a really great foundation. You can never have too much of them, and but they're boring. That's the problem, right? They're really boring. They're really predictable. So yeah, they're not sexy, but that's why there's like different types of investing, because people want to see better returns than just the market average, right? American Princess one gives me a thumb up. Bro, I asked for advice, academic and non-academic. That dude, you're well at Benzer. What's the question? I don't understand. Right, like this. You sent me this, right? Any advice for upcoming student? Like, I don't know what you're trying to do. I don't know what your question really means. Like, academic and non-academic. Should you go to school or not? Like, you gotta be a little bit more specific, bro. Help me help you, man. Uh, how much for a high ticket face mask, dude? Dude. So I'll tell you this. Recently, like I've been watching videos, right, about about like the face masks in Japan and stuff like that, how like there's different luxury models and all that sort of stuff. It was really, really interesting. I don't know what her name is. She blew up on YouTube, but it's like one of those Japanese girls, right? And she was talking about like the face mask and stuff like that, and why people wear face masks, why women wear face masks, where they can just do the eye makeup and they don't have to do the rest. If they don't want people talking to them, you wear a face mask. It's really interesting to see the social dynamics of face masks as well, and people will stay the fuck away from you too. Got a few more comments, right? So Qua says, hi Kevin, I'm a pre-farm student. I listened to your advice about pharmacy getting saturated and decided to switch to CS. Do you think it's the right decision? So Qua, it really depends. I mean, so this is what I say, right? I never tell people not to do pharmacy or do pharmacy. That was never my intent. But what I do say is that look at the data. So look at something like like the Bureau of Labor Statistics, right? And I always pull it every stream, so might as well pull it now. Like, look at the data, see the job growth, and do you see a future in it, right? So when we type in I don't think I've ever typed in like an engineering type of thing, but if I type in Bureau of Labor's computer science and information research, and maybe I'll do a video on how to do research on something like this, right? You can see the medium pay, and it really depends what kind of job you want. I think that's important. Bureau of Labor. Let's compare it to pharmacy for a second, right? So think about it, and you don't have to do as much school. If we're 126, maybe 10K a year on average, it's going up. It's a master degree. Job outlook 16%. You're gonna most likely have a better job outlook than pharmacy, which is negative right now. So FYI. But one of the things that I love about this is, and keep in mind, like Bureau of Labor Statistics is not like, it's not really Bureau of Labor Statistics is not like really, it's very basic information, right? But it gives you a level of understanding. Oh, what are the different career paths you can do? And so when you have different career names, data science, robotics, stuff like that, right? Then you can actually do more research on LinkedIn, actually talk to people who are actually in the industry, which is the best way to find out whether something's for you or not. How is the life work balance? What do you really want at the end? If you just want a stable type of thing and make sure that you have a job, it might be really great. Who knows, But at the end of the day, there's no right or wrong. And like if you still decide to do pharmacy, even though the odds are probably not in your favor, and you willingly know that, and you try to anticipate and plan for that, then that's totally cool too. There's nothing wrong with wanting to do pharmacy. But I feel like, well, here's the truth with a lot of especially Asian families, right? A lot of them tell you to go into healthcare, like pharmacy and stuff like that, without looking at the data, without really thinking about, will this make my kid happy doing it 5 years out? Because here's the truth: if your child, or if you quit pharmacy, you don't really like it after 5 years, you get burnt out. Was it really worth the investment? So there's the money aspect. It comes back down to like knowing your ikigai, right? So if you guys don't know the Japanese concept of ikigai, let me type this really quick. Ikigai. There's 4 aspects to it, right? And let's see ikigai. There's really let's see, where's the Wikipedia? I'm gonna pull it up, guys, don't worry. So I think knowing your ikigai, where is it? I can't find it. What you love, what you love to do, what you can get paid for. Hopefully there's no like kinky ikigai. Okay, perfect. You'll see this a lot. This is a very common chart, right? I talked about it in one of my older videos too about ikigai, and I feel very strongly about the knowing your ikigai, finding something that fits your ikigai as well, right? So it's this Japanese concept of reason for being, right? And so let me move this. What you love, right? So do you love the profession? does the world need it? Meaning, is there market demand for it? Will people pay for you, and are you good at it? And if the answer is yes or good enough, right, then you perhaps found your ikigai. But that's the best shot that you got, man. So yeah. Ka says, and that's why it's really hard to just say, um, and that's why it's really hard to just say, like, give a blanket answer and just say, like, hey, something's worth it, something's not worth it. You just don't know until you actually do it, right? Eloquent says, currently an 11th grader, planning on pursuing a PharmD 6-year program after high school. Hopefully March kit isn't too saturated when I'm 24. Year would be 2028. Well, don't go on hope, man. We have this data. I wish somebody broke this down for me. I wish I knew this sooner so I could give better advice to people. But like, this is what's gonna be the job market when you get out, man. And is this something that you really want to do? I would highly suggest, if you want to do something based off the data that we have in the job outlook, as well, consider doing a physician assistant program, right? 30% job growth, lots of opportunities. Actually, they're out competing a lot of. I was meeting with a medical spa partner, right? So she actually hires PAs, hires physicians, nurses, all that sort of stuff as well. She's partner at the medical spa, but you know, PAs are a lot more cost effective when it comes in terms of healthcare. PAs are also like, I mean, my friend, she was going off anecdotal type of evidence, but she's like, I think a lot of them are, I guess, more experienced, more versed, because when you're a doctor or anything like that, you're a lot more hands off. That's what she was telling me based off her experience. They're not willing to get down and dirty into the things, and PAs just have this really great, like, all the PAs I know are super super happy. If you see my friend Sylvia, she's super happy with it. If you also like one, I have a really good friend back at home. Her name's Anna, and she's a PA. She loves it. She loves being a PA. So, there's a lot of diverse fields you can go. I would highly consider that you consider it. Talk to some people, see how they like it, but there's going to be a 30% job growth by 2028, bro. So just consider it, okay? Qua, yes, do it. It's growing a job opportunities, less time in school, and less loans. Oh shit, whoops. That was actually a good comment. Benzer, that's a great insight, by the way. That's really solid. Well, it's 6 years, 2 years with prereqs. New bill in Oregon will allow pharmacists to prescribe HIV prevention drugs. That is great, actually. Let's take a look at this really quick. HIV, Oregon, pharmacists. This is how I do my research, bro. So, this is a new bill. So, meaning it's not. It hasn't been approved yet, right? But let's review this really quick for a second, right? So new bill would allow Oregon pharmacists to prescribe HIV prevention drugs. On average, between diagnosed with HIV each year. A new bill for the upcoming 2020 Oregon legislative session aims to lower that number by allowing pharmacists to prescribe HIV prevention drugs. If passed, it will make Oregon the second state in the country where pharmacists can prescribe PrEP, a daily pill that greatly reduces a person's risk of contracting HIV. Probably something like Truvada, which I was slanging back in the day, bro. But that's awesome. And the bill would also allow pharmacists to prescribe PEP, a course of drugs where people can use after they've been exposed to HIV. Apparently some rural parts aren't that well served. Pretty cool stuff, man. See, and this is where I think gives me a little bit of hope of pharmacy, because when these new bills pass and when basically the scope of practice for pharmacists as underutilized health professionals grows, that's the positive part. So if we stay the way that we are right now as pharmacy, like pharmacy just doing what we're doing, counting pills, we're just going to automate it no matter what. And by the way, for the 6 people who haven't yet, make sure to subscribe, to like this video, subscribe, do whatever, man. But that's great. Thank you, American, for sharing that. Really appreciate that. But I think it's going to be a great idea. It's going to open up a lot more job opportunity as well. I don't know. Maybe in the future we'll have like they'll either allow employment at these like HIV centers and stuff. Obviously, there's specialty pharmacy centers as well, but you just never know. You know, like it might maybe people who are HIV specialists or whatnot would hire on pharmacists to do some of these things at a lower rate than a general practitioner. Actually, you know what? Like it's going to be very interesting if this was like something that happened nationwide. Nobody uses BLS more than Kevin Yelo. You know, it's really funny. So it's interesting because I've only used BLS more, like Bureau of Labor Statistics, probably within the last year or two. And I was like, damn, I've been missing out on this resource for the longest time. I wish I knew how to utilize a tool like this. And it wasn't until I was doing research on the pharmacy market where I was like, huh, you know, I've been saying like a lot of I, I'll be honest. I'm not back in the day. I wasn't the most analytical person, right? So I didn't really look at the data, and I didn't really take the time to. But when I started diving into it, it made me a lot more concerned about like you know like some of the recommendation, because people come up to me and ask me about like, hey, what do I think they should do? But when you have the data to support your case, it makes it a lot more compelling too. It's not, I feel like and all that sort of stuff is great, but you have to sometimes base it off numbers if they're available. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, appreciate it. Benzer, it's a tough decision because I spent 2 years studying PCAP and scored 91 on it. I feel like it was such a waste of time. Well, Qua, here's the thing too. If you really want to do pharmacy later, you can always do pharmacy later. It's not a big deal. Like I've seen people transition into pharmacy from different majors, right? And here's the thing: never think like something is sunk cost, right? It's just part of the experience, right? You're obviously gonna try some stuff. It's not gonna work out. Ideally, like I wish all the decisions in my life led up to this one point, but we do the best that we can. And I don't want you to get too caught up thinking like I wasted time on this, right? That's the number one different, like in terms of mindset, that's number one thing that actually differentiates me from other people. Because if I had that mindset and I was like, man, I stayed in I was doing pharmacy for so many years, don't want to waste it, right? Guess what? I was still been in pharmacy at the end of the day, right? And unhappy and with like high blood pressure and all that sort of stuff too, man. Um, don't ever like think about sunk costs and stuff like that. You can always go back on your decisions later, as long, well, most of the time at least. Quado says, do you take the MCAT? Also, I'm from New York City, and even when wow, I gotta keep up with with the comments, guys. I'm really far behind. I'm also from New York City, and even when I'm researching, looking at pharmacy jobs, there's actually a lot available here. That's awesome. Now, the truth is, there's a lot of jobs, but do they want new grads? Right? It's probably competitive too. So I don't know. If there's anybody else from New York City who recently applied to like pharmacies around the area, please let me know as well. Let's hear some of like your experience out there in New York and whatnot, or any other city. If we have any new grads, feel free to drop in some of your experiences looking for a job. I think that's really important to actually see, hey, are new grads really getting jobs at this point in time? Do you catch recent vid called Retail Pharmacy Outrage? No, but yeah, I love ZDoggMD. I'll make sure to check it out. Does Chinese culture frown upon women drinking or smoking? I actually don't know. I know that Chinese culture loves gambling. I'll tell you that. Hold on, it's kind of dusty in here. Oh, oh, super dusty. Gotta put on the face mask, man. Oh. Put it over my headphones. We'll just do this. If it's really distracting, then I'll take it off. But okay, let's continue. Um, Physician assistants, nurse practitioners are fastest growing job positions that will pay potentially over 100K. That is right. Actually, like, so what somebody was telling me was that recently Walgreens decreased everything down to their starting pay to 45,000 or $45 per hour for pharmacists, right? If that is true, I don't know if it is true. I didn't validate it because I haven't applied to Walgreens or anything like that. But if that is true, then nurses and pharmacists and physician assistants are getting paid way more than pharmacists, by the way. And just because you go to school longer than someone doesn't mean that you should get paid more and whatnot as well. This is really hot. I can't do this. Cool. Let's see. Well, Abenzer says, "Well, do you like programming? Do you like programming? One, is it worth it for you? Because if you never coded before and try to do it straight out of the bat, it'll be an uphill battle for most people. But if you're interested, then try to do it." Qua says, career-wise, you can't go wrong with CS. It's the future of computers. What do you think about step one? I'm guessing you're talking about med school, USMLE or whatever. Step one, going pass or fail. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I don't really have a strong opinion about that. What I'm really curious is like the reasoning of step one going pass or fail. I didn't even know, because the only thing I know about step one was that I used to use those videos to study for my pharmacy tests and stuff like that. But let's take a look. Let's kind of take a look at this. Like step one pass, fail, USMLE. So let's see what people are saying. Why? Oh, maybe I should say why too. And I'll pull that up in a second. So apparently student wellness was a number one was a reason why cheers. Okay, let's take a look at this. This is very interesting. Cheers and jeers as med school's tests become pass fail. Medical students around the company cheered and jeered this week's announcement. Address concerns about step one scores impacting student well-being in medical education. Students, oh fuck, I don't want to opt in, bro. Like, I don't want your light box. Students usually take the 7-hour exam after a second year. It's the first in the series of 3 exams that doctors must pass to become licensed physicians in the U.S. Initially designed to gauge how well a medical student can apply scientific concepts to the practice of medicine, in recent years the scores were used by some residency programs to screen candidates. Opinions are divided on reporting scores. Some think it makes sense. Moving past fail would be root rot. Others point out how striving scores induce stress and change lives, how medicine change how medicine is being taught. Has a bunch of students. Despite all the positives, decision to make it pass fail is not popular with medical students. A 2011 survey agreed that step one should be pass fail. The removal of step one scores ranked at the top of the resume. All right, but since step two, okay, and let's see, it seems natural to think that the search for another objective metric might lead to residency program admissions committees to shift to step two emphasis. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? We gotta keep in mind that step two, that's not pass fails still too. I don't really know. I don't really have an opinion on it. It's kind of like out of my realm, I guess, of really thinking about that. Not so sure. Trends are beginning to outsource coding now that people are pushing to data science and cloud backend development. I think the only constant is change. Kevin, has California decriminalized knowingly giving someone coronavirus yet? No, I don't know, to be honest with you. Dr. Lee. Dr. Lee says, you have to keep up in the tech industry, but opportunities are there and aren't going away. Being a software engineer is still definitely something to look into. Sup, says Clamaris, what up? Clemars Jr. Opportunities are always there. I agree. Would you be impressed if someone had their experience with BLS data on resume? I would like to see how somebody would integrate BLS data and all that as well. Damn, Kevin getting coronavirus live. Lol, JK. Yeah, I know, for real, right? Got the face mask. Actually, you know what's really funny? I got these face masks at the acupuncturist place. Everybody was wearing them, but I was like, I don't care about coronavirus. Like, honestly, what I care about is dust, right? Because I'm highly allergic and stuff like that as well. My cousin graduated in Houston, Texas, back in 1986. She didn't find her first job in Houston until 1987 at a hospital on the night shift. My cousin graduated from pharmacy school back in 1986, and oh, the same thing. Coronavirus, no SARS. So funny. Yeah. Great guys. Cool. So I pretty much got through all the comments, man. That was a grinder right there. Lol says Aisley. Kevin Refugee needs more branded face masks. Probably, man. Like, honestly, maybe we'll like, I'll write like refugee hustle. Each one goes to coronavirus victims around the world, or my pocket, I guess. Dude, I'll take dust all day versus coronavirus. Dude, dust, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, man. My allergies, like, so I had allergies back in Boston, and I'm allergic to pollen. I'm allergic to like fucking cat saliva. I'm allergic to all these freaking weird things, guys. Like, my God, like I was dying all the time, and it feels like now that I'm moving and stuff, there's so much dust everywhere. Like, look at my window over here. It's open for a reason because we got the light. So yeah, I got the window open. Maybe there's a ghost over there too. Um, anyways, yeah, dude. Like, I'm trying to kind of not die on the stream so much. Well, advice. What I was going to ask about was how should I decrease the cost of things to look out for in college? Okay, cool. That's a great question, Benzer. So I would tell you, um, if you're looking, I think, and let me recap your question, Benzer. I think your question is like, how do you decrease the cost of living while you're at college? And I really think it comes down to a few things, right? Most people, like, for in college, right? Obviously there's like the front end of tuition, right? um which, obviously there's scholarships that you can apply to, especially if you're minorities. I'm not really, I've never really done too many scholarships, unfortunately. I wasn't that resourceful back in the day, man. Like, I'm telling you, I was really bad, so there's that. Obviously there's the front end, but let's talk about more the day-to-day stuff, because I think that's the more fun shit, right? And I would say, man, I think you got, when you're doing personal finance or anything like that, you should really pick up my one of my favorite, I was gonna say artists, one of my favorite authors. It's either on this bookshelf. You know what's so funny, guys? I actually have three bookshelves. So I have this mini one, but I also have some major, like, two other bookcases that you saw at the old house. But I would really suggest that you pick up something like Ramit Sethi's "I Will Teach You to Be Rich." And I think for a lot of college students, a lot of time they spend most of their money on booze and freaking alcohol. Sorry, booze and alcohol. Obviously, alcohol and food and whatnot. I spent so much money on food, like going out to eat, all this sort of stuff, man. I was not the type to like splurge on like clothes and all that sort of stuff. Although, recently I bought some. I normally don't do this, guys, but I bought some NMDs, bro. Adidas, like NMDs. I heard really great reviews about how it's like you're walking on clouds. They're so comfortable. But I just wanted some great like shoes to just walk around in and stuff like that. So, anyways, but I think even now, like, I feel like I live like a college student. Like, some of my primary go tos right now, I use Costco like a motherfucker, right? I keep my meals very simple, right? I only eat, like, I have steak, I have salad, right? That's pretty much it. Maybe I'll have like some grain-free granola if I want to break up the variation. But if you come to my place, and I have protein powder and glutamine and all that sort of stuff, right? But I keep it very simple, and I love an air fryer. Air fryers are the best. We didn't have air fryers back in the day, man. Like, that shit is a lifesaver. I don't even got a stove, bro. Like, I don't got a stove. Some people say, "Oh, get a rice cooker and all that." If you're into carbs and all that, it's really great for making congee. Like, if you want to make some congee, it's really great. It's obviously good for making rice. You can make soups in it. Also, like, you can. One of the things I love about rice cookers as well is that um, you can use it as a steamer too. So steam vegetables and stuff. Like, honestly, and like, so there's that. And if you're really bougie, you want a really nice egg. Maybe you make some ramen in your rice cooker. I actually have an egg cooker. I got a Dash egg cooker as well. So that's fire too, bro. So yeah. You gotta get an air filter, dog. No ghost. Everyone throw a buck at Kevin so you can buy a vacuum cleaner. Well, where is it? Oh yes. Hey Nolan, can you hand me my Dyson? So I actually splurged. It's right over there. Hold on. Hold on for a second. I'm about to. I was gonna save this for a review video because I was gonna rank it on YouTube, but I actually splurged on a Dyson recently. This thing was like $379. But here's the thing, and this is actually a great segue for like saving money and all that sort of stuff. I haven't opened it yet, but this is a great segue to go upon. Buy the stuff that you're gonna keep for a long time. Don't buy cheap ass shit. Like, buy the best that you can, the best that you can afford, because it will last you forever. Like this MacBook Pro. I actually have another MacBook Pro, 2013, still use it to this day. Like, all my equipment, like this equipment, I bought it 2016, still use it to this day. This camera, bought it 2017, 2018. I use it every single day. Don't skip out on things that you will use for your lifetime. And keep things minimal. Ask yourself, like, why am I using this particular item as well? So yeah. Luckily, my state, if you had a 3 GPA, 3.75 GPA and up, and 1200 SAT gives you free tuition. Georgia's the only school that does that. Only state, not school. That's awesome, man. Can you use your loans to pay off your car note? Maybe. I don't really know, to be honest with you. To be completely honest with you, I have no idea. Weightlifting question: how do you program to hit higher weights after you've done novice progression? So I think something, and keep in mind, I've been lifting for a long time, and obviously my lifts have decreased over the years. Since I'm not really as into powerlifting, I'm not really into. Don't go check on my car. Sounds like my car. Anyways, someone like I don't know. Keep in mind, like, someone like Jim Wielder, right, the creator of 531 program, he used the same program over and over again. Boring but big. That's what he recommends, and he is a world-class powerlifter, right? So I don't know, it really depends what the end goal of, like, the whole lifting type of thing is too, like, where you want to go. But I would say, like, if people like him, if he's doing something like 531, a very simple program, maybe you don't really need the most advanced program unless you're competing. Obviously, if you're competing, a whole different story. Obviously, talk to someone who actually competes, like, on the daily and stuff. But for every day, like, conditioning and stuff, it's good enough, man. Costco ground beef and pork belly are the greatest deals. I read that Costco ground beef is pretty good, but honestly, ground beef, it doesn't last you that long, and there's only so much ground beef you can really eat. You can make great chilies and stuff, but even for, like, beef and stuff, or like food, I tell people don't skimp out on it. Eat cuts that you'll actually eat, because honestly, chicken breast gets boring as fuck. Like, are you going to want to eat chicken breast all the time? No. Like honestly, if you look forward to your meals every single day, something like ribeye, yes, it costs a lot more. Just see what's on sale and stuff, and buy the highest premium quality meats that you can get. I actually like kind of go down the middle recently. I've been doing a lot of flank steak. Really love that. Jocko does that too, and it's really cost effective, and it tastes great. You know, salt, pepper, bam, done. Throw it on a salad. It's great. Throw some butter on it if you're keto. Great. Damn, that's crazy. I'm over here trying to maintain a 4.0 GPA, shooting for 1400 plus SAT to get NYU. No, I'm saying one state that gives you any. Whoops, I totally. Sorry, Benzer. I read your freaking question wrong. I'm getting hungry, by the way, says Seton. NYU's too expensive. Go somewhere else, lol, and not worth the price tag, honestly. It really depends where you like why you're going to NYU. I mean, obviously, um, I'll be honest with you. Like the only reason why I would ever go to NYU is because a lot of these rich families they send their rich kids over to somewhere like NYU or something like that, and you get to meet top tier people. There's an end goal to that. It's not the actual education that you're paying for. But personally, I don't see the. I would not pay for something like NYU or anything like that. At the end of the day, I'm a school of thought and a believer that it's the student it's what you make out of your college career, right? So, oh man, I'm dying, guys. Whew. Armor Ghost, sorry, Armor Ghost says Dyson product that's high ticket. Yeah, man, you just gotta buy good shit, and like honestly, like I here's the good thing about buying high ticket or expensive ass items is that once you buy it, you make a decision knowing that you're committing to that action for a while, right? So when I buy a really expensive ass, assuming that I open the shit, when I buy something like a Dyson, it tells me, okay, I'm taking my freaking cleaning to a whole nother level because I don't want to waste that money or that investment as well, right? So yeah, I'm stuck between pharmacy, dentistry, and now physician assistant. Well, dude, Eloquent, don't make things too complicated. Just think about like the quality of life, what you want your life to be. I think it's important to know like, hey, do I actually like the life on the job and off the job? Dentists are actually really happy too. Like I've talked to a lot of healthcare professionals. Trust me, like a lot of my friends are in all these things, right? And they're happy too. So I would really highly advise you to meet people who are actively practicing and meet people who are in odd ends of the spectrum like as well. If you don't know where to meet these people, go somewhere like you're a lot like if you're going to college, there's an alumni type of network type of thing. Ask your counselor. I don't know what they give you at college, right? The route I would really go down is blast on your Facebook. Hey, I'm trying to plan for my future career, right? Does anybody know any dentist, blah blah blah, or blah 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 that you can connect me to? Have it search within your network, then go to something like LinkedIn, message like see dentists around your area, cold email them, just be like, hey, I was doing some research, I pulled up your profile, it looks like we know XYZ. You find some sort of commonality, right? I was really impressed. I would love to be able to take you out to coffee just to pick your brain because I'm actually thinking about a career of blah blah blah, and I was wondering if it's worth it for me or not. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I would love it for you to meet up with me sincerely, blah blah blah. You can do something like that and people will respond because you're like pretty much like inflating their ego, but people in general want to help someone who's younger and pass on that knowledge, right? I like if somebody sent me that, I would love to sit down with someone and do that. Oh my god, I'm dying. Um, PA is the best out of those, says Kelvin. Best of luck. Get those letters of rec and flex on them. Currently have two teachers who know I'm getting letters of rec. One of the teachers has a PhD. The other one's from Stanford. That's clutch. NYU does not give any scholarships to anyone to that school. Have hella good grades and SAT scores. My friends goes there and she got a 70K scholarship because she was out of state. What's really interesting, I thought like all these like Ivy League schools don't give scholarships in general, but I guess they do. Honestly, I'm not It's been so long since I've applied to school. Think about it now. Oh, money doesn't make me happy. Pharmacy salary, but life isn't about Mercedes. That's why my poor friends don't get and think I'm wrong. I agree, man. Money does not make you happy. I think like it's really finding your ikigai. Well, Dan Pena would argue. He would say, well, if you don't think money can make you happy, you just don't know where to shop, right? I partially agree with that. But there's only so many tangible items that you can have in your life that will make you happy. I mean, really, it's what you do with the money, whether you want to be philanthropic and all that and just give money out to people and all that. But we have to. I really think, but the truth is, money is the only thing that we can really actually measure as well. So even though I don't agree that money is the end all be all, I think it really comes back knowing your ikigai. Do you like what you do, or do you love what you do? Can you get paid for what you're doing? Does the market need? Does the world need it? Does the marketplace need it? And I can't remember the last one. Whoops, slipped my mind. I really can't remember the last one. But yeah. Um, Okay, a lot of side conversation about this NYU thing. I'm gonna skip that. Once you make this money, it still can't buy health, genetics, or a wife that can give good kids. It's about self growth, and I want to influence the world and becoming president of the world. You know what's really interesting? KS. What's really interesting about that comment is that okay, so 2017, I'm sitting there at a relationship conference, right? We're talking about what a rich life meant to us, right? And I can't remember the discussion, but we were talking, right? And they were like, "Hey, what is part of a rich life for you?" People were saying, "Oh, I want this model of car. I want this Mercedes. I want this whatever. Um, I want this helicopter. I want all these different things." You know what? You know what Charlie, like one of my really good friends, Charlie said? He said that, I have all these really great things, but I wish I had a better relationship with my wife. And that shit is so true, right? Money can't buy you health. Money can't buy you all these things, right? Relationships, it really comes down to health, wealth, and relationships, right? Wealth is like a huge pillar of what you need, but also you're right. Health and relationships are the other part, and that's something that I've been very blessed, and I think that's why I feel very rich in my life more recently, because I feel like I've been finally having kind of like a balance of everything, right? I have really kick-ass friends. I meet really cool-ass people. I love what I do. I love what I'm doing. I love the vision that I'm working toward, right? Helping people create their first side hustle and create their businesses and really create financial confidence, right? I love that. You know how powerful that is? Like, I wake up every single day and I'm so grateful that, I get to be on a stream with you guys, right? Talk for like an hour and still get paid for it. That isn't that crazy? Right? It might not be the big bucks, but at least the trajectory is there, At least I have an audience. At least like I'm so grateful every single day. And if I can help other people find their thing, even be like and kick ass at life, man, I feel so fulfilled. And notice this has nothing to really do with money. I mean, I live in a lot smaller place than I used to, but I'm happy because I'm around really great people. I can go visit Joe, like his office. It's really 10 minutes down the street from me, the old office, by the way, the old JK office, right? I can like see so many different people. It's really great, man. I love my life. I get to do jujitsu every single morning, dude. That's a hard day for me. Getting like maybe I'll be a little tired. A big whoop, like, but I still love the life that I live. Anyways, there's a cookbook about how to make chicken in 50 different ways. I'm not surprised, man. I never you know what's funny? I think I bought cookbooks, but honestly, there's a lot of great YouTube channels where you can learn how to cook and learn how to make kick-ass meals, dude. 50 Shades of Chicken says Armored. Armored is like so freaking funny, man. I love dude, your comments are like hella funny every single time. It's not just like today's comments, but it's like consistently like, dude, it's like that dude, it's really funny. You always make my day, Armor, by the way. I have women, but they don't make me happy. My degrees don't make me happy. I have expensive clothes, but it's not about it. Traveled and made me happy. I'm kind of curious, Chaos. What do you used to do back in the day, man? Would love to kind of hear your story. AZ says summer program. Oh, we're still going at NYU and all that. I'm gonna skip that. Lol, man. I don't know. It's if it's free. I don't think it'll increase your chances. It depends how much they'll invest in you. If it were me, I would do dentistry. True, but might do clubs, Ivy Leagues. Man, there's a lot of this side conversation about NYU and college that I'm not really interested in participating, but it's all good. Um, I really know where to shop. Rolex, Cartier, and LV. President of the world. We got the young Genghis Khan in the house. China is so not gonna put up with another Genghis Khan again. Man, these comments, bro, these are fucking funny as shit. Kevin wants to be an influencer, bro. Oh my god, high ticket influencer, HTI with the STI, bro. Wealth does buy health in a sense. If you have money, you can buy medicine and not worry about how you're gonna pay for that bill. But it all depends. Money isn't necessary evil. I don't think it's necessary evil. It's just a necessary responsibility, right? You're right. Like for example, like stem cells. Like if I got injured, tore my ACL, it would probably cost me about $3,000 to $5,000 to get stem cells, right? Now, um, it's is money opens up doors for you, but it's not the end all be all as well, right? And I don't think it's an evil thing. I think it's just a main motivator of how we motivate, entice people to do certain things as well. Keep it real. By the way, here's a high ticket item. Money's not evil, people are. Yeah, and Armored Ghost has a really good oh man, and money is a really good amplifier, right? You'll hear this. I think Tony Robbins talks about it. I actually have my own thoughts about it too, but it's a really amazing amplifier, right? If you're a douche asshole person, it'll amplify that. If you're a really kind, giving person, it'll amplify that as well. But the thing is, you can't do any of those things until you hit your baseline. And knowing what makes you happy, what doesn't, knowing what to focus on, I think those are key pillars of concepts like essentialism, uh, minimalism, whatever you want to call it, right? That's what it really comes down to. And I think like over the years, I've just really identified what makes me happy and what doesn't, right? And when people tell me like, "Oh, you shouldn't have left pharmacy; it was making you so much money," like those are people that don't fucking get it because they don't realize that it's not the money that makes you happy; it's what you do with the fucking money that makes you happy. Like fucking meatheads, man. But whatever, man. Some people like you can't correct every single person. It's just like okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think that's important. It's what you do with the money that makes you happy at the end of the day. Oh man, I'm dying, guys. I gotta head out soon, bro. 3 minutes. I didn't mean evil, but I mean necessary. I need to think about it more. Before blasting messages and wording does matter. Absolutely, man. But no harm, no foul, man. Anyways, guys, I gotta shower and get rid of this like head cold or these allergies. I got so much dust in this freaking room. Gotta blast it out. Anyways, guys, really appreciate you guys tuning in with me this week. I'm actually doing my content strategy this week as well. So if you guys have any ideas of different topics that you want me to talk about, make sure to leave it in the comments below. Either right now or whenever. I actually fun fact, every single week I actually go through all the comments over one more time, and I put in my content brainstorm sheet. And what I want to do is start creating videos more on the topics that you guys ask, so that I know I'm not hyper relevant to people who follow me as well. Obviously, I'm gonna have outreach content like trying to get more subscribers and stuff like that. But I really want to focus on growing this community a lot more and making it a lot more intimate and creating content that really helps people. It's funny. I was doing a lot of research and I should show you my sheet sometime. But people find me for the weirdest reasons, like balding, high ticket closing, pharmacy, obviously, right? Because people ask me pharmacy. jujitsu, which is really interesting because I'm only a blue belt, but it's just really, really interesting, man. Damn. Damn. Kevin is always talking about a comprehensive approach to everything. So intelligent. I'm not intelligent. Well, I don't think I'm necessarily super smart or anything like that. I think I think it's just through experience, man. Like I've I've always kind of been like a very relationship heavy type of person, right? I've always had those people in my life. Thank God for my uncle. He emphasized that financial part of my life, right? And like health, wealth, health has only been something recent. I didn't grow up with something like that. We didn't grow up like taking care of ourselves or anything like that. So yeah, I just have a lot of interest in a lot of different things, man. You ask, I'll tell you this. At the Asian Hustle Network, there's not a person I cannot talk to, right? Because it's almost like the pharmacy counter where it's like you make small talk, you find similarities, and you just connect with people immediately. It's really, thank you, man. I really appreciate that compliment, by the way. Greed plus ego is troublesome. I'm going to go to my first career event in a couple days. Any tips? Corbell, what is up? Look at that filter. Look at that filter. Actually, no, Corbell in real life, but thank you, appreciate it. Going to my first career event. In terms of career events, oh man, in terms of career events, what do I have? I don't know. Like honestly, like I always thought career events were kind of a waste of time because there's such a high volume of people. It's not a really great time to really stand out. I would just meet a lot as many people as possible, the recruiters. I wish Tom was here because he would give a lot better answer because he used to attend these things. I'll put that on hold and I'll try to come up with a better answer. Why is this camera fucking up, bro? Connor Healy says, "Hey mate, what's up? See ya, Kevin. Get well soon. Just started closing. Number one thing, when I start closing, just get your reps in, bro. Like oh man, this is never gonna end, guys. But Connor, just to give you some quick tips, as far as closing, just get your reps in. Every single, whether it's a good prospect, bad lead, whatever, take it, roll with it, try out the script, make it better, make it better, make it better. And that is how you get good at closing. I'm still trying to get better every single day. I mean, we're making optimizations like we're 1 year into it. Me and my partner, we closed about almost $1 million, and it has only been like 10 months, right? Yeah, 10 months so far. It's pretty freaking crazy between the two of us, man. Like it is really, really crazy. So really keep on thinking about how you can make everything better, put in your reps, even when it doesn't feel like they're gonna buy. Still go through it. It'll surprise you. For example, one of these people, really skeptical people, they bought a $15,000 thing from us, man. It was crazy, right? That's essentially getting someone to buy a car over the phone for you. But it's because we have a solid process behind all that as well. So, man, how weird are all those things to be a part of, which lead you to make the type of content you make. Well, Benzer, here's the number one struggle that I have. It's just like it's not very marketing friendly to be a jack of all trades and all that sort of stuff too. Like very rare is it to be an influencer that is known for multiple things, right? But that's how people find me because I'm a multifaceted type of person. So when it comes to marketing myself, it's really hard, right? If I'm marketing someone else, I mean, that's why, like, because you can only occupy so much brain matter or brain space when you're categorizing someone. People want to know, like, oh, that is the high ticket closing guy. Oh, that is the bald guy. That is the jujitsu guy, right? When you think of someone like Eddie Bravo, what do you think of? Oh, jujitsu, obviously, and flat earth, right? Those are the two things that he's known for. But yes. So it's really interesting. Money can buy experiences too. American Princess says, "How do you get better at writing resumes?" Well, I would say like here's the thing: model from someone that you really like or respect or has a really high position. If you can get a resume from seek out advice from like a mentor, like someone who has a who has applied to that position before. That's the first thing. Model their resume as much as you can, right? Obviously you can't, don't copy it, right? Your experiences are not going to be the same. And if you don't have those experiences, maybe talk to them and be like, hey, how crucial were these experiences for? If you can, try to talk to like maybe a gatekeeper, someone who does hiring as well, and talk about how their decision making behind hiring as well. If you can, meet those people. And you can trust me, in this day and age you can always meet someone as well. Let me reword that. I started in closing 2 positions, one as of today, but got through the interview just now. I was wondering how long, depending on how long I'm closing, should I be seeing commissions. Bro, like when you get paid out, it really depends. I mean, if you're on a closing team, bro, it depends. I mean, I've had clients who paid immediately because they had no refund period. Typically, it's when the refund period ends. If you're doing more B2C type of things, if you're doing B2B, there's usually no refunds particularly. But yeah, I usually when after like something clears as well. So I went a milli vacuum that costs 1500. In your experience, what is more important, looks or money? I think both, dude. You can have both. I mean, it's not a mutually exclusive type of question, right? So you can definitely have both. Oh, I didn't understand what you meant when you're talking about marketing aspect. Okay, cool. Anyways, guys, we got 7 people. For those 7 people, 8 people now who made it through the stream, really appreciate y'all. I gotta get going. I gotta meet up my friends soon. So I will talk to you later. Maybe I'll do another stream this week as well as a bonus stream. I'll think about it. I'll post it in the community tab. Also, if you're in pharmacy, make sure to comment on the community tab. I actually posted a question. Hey, do you think you should start a pharmacy in 2020? Would love to kind of hear your input on that, and we'll just go from there. Awesome, guys. I will talk to you guys later. Any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace, mother people. Bye.